folks, this is Rainer here from tradingwithrainer.com. Hope you guys are enjoying this lovely weekend, alright? And I do appreciate that you guys are here with me on a weekly basis, right? It's my honor to be able to share with you my own FX analysis on a week-to-week basis. So for those of you who are new to my website, alright, what I do is actually I post up trading ideas each week, alright? So basically I identify the trend on the weekly and daily charts, and I look for entries on the forward time frame. Sometimes there's entry on a daily time frame as well. So basically that's what I do on a weekly basis. And without further ado, let's look at the markets we have this week. Alright, if you notice, alright, the markets over the last few weeks has been really quiet. Alright, volatility has been low. Volatility is low for most of the majors. So if you are actually a position trader or a swing trader, and if you only solely traded the majors like the pound dollar, euro dollar, dollar yen, you notice that you have been not having many setups as you like, because the volatility is so low that I think you hardly get any setups if you ask me. Because if I were to trade just these majors alone, I think I wouldn't have any setups over the last few weeks. Alright, so looking at the dollar yen, you can see that price again right now is consolidating. Alright, within I think a 200 pip range over the last many weeks. Alright, so looking at the euro yen, I think a similar story. Okay, you can see that price is consolidating within the 300 pip range over the last few weeks. Alright, so if you were to trade such setups, I would say intraday is still possible, but for position and swing traders, you find a little difficulty in riding any trend, if there's any. Even though it's an uptrend, you probably find it difficult to ride the trend, because chances are you'll be whipsaw or chop out within this consolidation. So again, looking at the euro dollar weekly, again similar story. Price is consolidating here, and traders around the world are just waiting for a breakout to occur before they hop on and ride the trend once more. So what I would suggest is, for traders who are just too focused on the majors, I would suggest that you expand your horizon, expand your scope, and look into perhaps the more exotic pairs, right? Because that's where opportunities are, right? In every market, right, there's always a trend somewhere, right? So you just have to look hard enough to find the trend. So as you know, the majors are not really trending or moving much. So you should actually try and focus your attention on the more exotic pairs, and you can actually find opportunities down there. So the first thing that I'm going to mention would be silver, because I actually see something forming up right now. So let's look at the silver charts. So silver charts, right? Let's look at the weekly chart, and you can see that silver is in a downtrend still, very bearish since June 2011. Right? You can just take a trend line and to connect the highs, and you can see price has been making lower lows and lower highs ever since. So just highlight out briefly here, 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 and I think, yep, it's very clear that people are just simply selling this commodity. But if you notice, right, there's something forming up which which is known as the triple bottom. You can see that price just refused to take out this level over here, right? So again, tested here and just refused to break and close below $19. So as traders, alright, this should signal like something is brewing. Alright, price just refused to break the $19 despite multiple attempts. And NFP was on last Friday. I can see that it's actually bullish. Alright, price traded higher on NFP itself. So also look at the weekly chart. I can throw in the MACD indicator. Not that I use it often, but if you notice something on this MACD histogram, you can see, where is it? MACD, right? We have something called the bullish divergence. Alright, you can see that price made higher lows over here, whereas here price is just simply at this $19 level. So this is signaling to you that actually the bulls are gaining traction, and that perhaps it could actually break out and retest the high over here. So how would I look to long silver? Here's my take on it. Alright, remove the MACD, alright, and I'll zoom. Okay, go into the weekly chart will do. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll look to long and open on Monday. Alright, should price retrace and get my stops below this swing low over here. Some of you may wonder, why not the swing low over here or here? Alright, I would say placing your stops there is fine, but you have to take into account that what if you get stopped out, alright, and price rallied higher from there? Would you be able to re-enter this trade on time? Alright, because just because you got stopped out at this low over here does not mean you are wrong, but you would have to manually, or I would say be quick to re-enter this trade if price does rally higher from there. So I would, chances are I would probably not be quick enough to re-enter the trade if I get stopped out. So what I'd rather do is to put my stop at a place whereby if price trade that area, I will know I'm wrong. So I will know I'm wrong should price trade below this low over here. Thus, I would rather be willing to place my stops down here. So again, price hopefully retrace on Monday along somewhere around here, 1920, 1930. Get my stops below this swing low over here. I'll look to take my first target profit at 22 and watch how this pair plays out over the coming weeks. This is going to be a position trade. I'm looking at it to hold for months, alright, if it does rebound from this low over here. So that's my take on silver, and that's where I see opportunity in the coming weeks. So that's for silver. So, and let's see, I don't really have any other setups that's coming up, but I did mention that we should actually be looking at the other exotic pairs. So I did mention on my website, if you look at it here, at Chart Talk on Wednesday, I did mention that I was actually looking at the New Zealand pair, right? Mainly Aussie New Zealand and Euro New Zealand. I mentioned where I'm looking to sell, my stop loss and my target profit. And here are the outcome of it. Looking at it, let's look at the Aussie New Zealand first. Sorry, let's look at Euro New Zealand. Weekly chart is bearish as you can see, right? The price made lower highs, right? So yep, looking to sell. Is the trend very strong towards the downside? Not exactly, but nonetheless, it's still a downtrend, and we all can agree on it, right? And I got my entry on the daily chart because here's why. Price took out this structure support over here, traded lower, came back to retest, and we know that previous support will now turn resistance. I did not simply go short at the level, but rather my signal came in when price formed this bearish reversal pattern over here. So I went short as price retraced a little, got my stops above the swing high, and I'll be looking to take all my profits at this swing low over here. So that was my trading plan, and I'm sticking to it. So that's for the Euro New Zealand. And looking at the Aussie New Zealand right now. So Aussie New Zealand, alright, this is the weekly chart, alright. I'm sure you guys can agree that it's in a bearish trend as well. You can see price making lower highs, alright. Trend is very bearish compared to the Euro New Zealand. You can see that this downtrend is much more stronger compared to the Euro New Zealand. So again, I'm looking to short, but where did I short? So looking at the daily chart is where I got my entry, because I identified actually price is forming a range, the resistance, support. So in a range, you want to sell high and buy low. So I noticed that price made step towards the resistance level, got rejected at the 109 level, came back and tried to retest that area, but the bull seems pretty weak if you ask me. When this doji, right, formed, I won't say I was very certain, but rather it was telling me that the bull seems lethargic to take out the highs over here. So I went short, right, got my stops above this swing high over here, and my game plan is actually to take half my profits at this swing low over here. Why half my profit targets over here? Because I feel that this trend is very bearish, and chances are it may break down of this support over here. So I'm willing to let the other half ride for as long as I can. So yep, I did mention all this on my website, and if you guys actually, I would say, have some time, you can actually look at this Chart Talk. Alright, I'll try to update it on a weekly basis because I actually have more time on my hand right now. So you can actually come here, or perhaps even leave your email with me, and I'll update you whenever I update Chart Talk. So that's all I have for you guys this week. Alright, hope you guys enjoy yourself, and good luck and good trading. Thank you.